Hello and welcome to this, my first video on my YouTube channel, 3 off the tee. So, who am I and what's this all about? Well, in essence, my name's Martin and some of you might know me from the Golf Monthly Forum under the name Homer J. Simpson. Some of you will know me from Royal Ascot Golf Club, and some of you might know me from my blog, which is also called 3 off the tee, and the details of which will appear at the bottom of the screen. Please feel free to log on to that and read all about it, and this video channel is going to be in conjunction with that. So who am I and what's it all about? Well, as I say, I'm Martin and I'm 50 years old and I currently play my golf at a place called Royal Ascot, which is a 9 iron away from the famous race course. I'm currently a 14 handicap golfer, and this video channel, YouTube channel, and my blog is charting my progress back towards a single figure handicapper. I was single figures in my teens, and deep within me I truly believe there is a single figure golfer trying to get back out there again. The YouTube channel, the blog and everything is just going to chart my progress. Those that know me will say that I'm an obsessive golfer anyway. It's a well-known documented fact on the Golf Monthly Forum. Everybody at Royal Ascot will tell you the same, and it's just a fact of life. I love the game and I just want to be as good again as I can be. This video channel and my blog I do because I enjoy it, not necessarily because of self-publicity, which is what a lot of people have accused me of. I enjoy it and I find it a cathartic experience. I want to be able to put down in words what's happened when I've played, what's happened when I've practiced, and then be able to look back on that and work out what I did well, what I didn't do so good, and just generally get my thoughts out on paper. And if some of you out there enjoy it, then so much the better, and if you don't, then yeah, nothing lost to me. So what's this all about? Well, as I say, it's charting my progress from 14 handicap, which is where I sit now, back down to single figures and 9 and below. I started last year at 12.7 as my exact handicap, and I now sit here at 14.0. In my defence, 2016 wasn't a fantastic year for me. I was quite ill early on in the year, and that meant that I couldn't play as much as I wanted to, and I couldn't practice as hard as I wanted to. So all the lessons and all the stuff that I did with a guy called Pieper at Lavender Golf Centre in Ascot kind of got frittered away and wasted because I couldn't then put them into any sort of practice. Every time I entered the competition, I wasn't really fit enough, I wasn't strong enough, I didn't feel well, so it was a string of 0.1 increases back on the handicap, and it just went up and up and up. And as I say, I sit here before you, a 50-year-old gentleman trying to get back to single figures and starting off 14.0. It's not the end of the world, and it's something I can truly believe that can be done. I'm going to work on it. There's a number of things I'm going to do I'll come on to in a second, and basically it's the YouTube channel and the blog, as I say, a cathartic experience, and I'm just going to use both of those to motivate me and push me on, because there's hundreds of people out there saying you can't do it because you haven't got a short game, you practice too much, you don't do this, you don't do that, you think too much about it, you're too old, you're never going to be a single figure golfer again, blah blah blah. And all I want to do at the end of the day is stick a metaphoric 2 figures up to everybody and say, there you go, I told you I can do it. It may be 2017, it may be next year, it may be the year after that, it may never happen, I don't know. But what I do know is that I'm going to work hard, I'm going to try hard, and I'm going to chart my progress along the way and just really see where the journey takes me. So that in essence is it, and I suppose I better apologise early doors for this slow budget wombling video. It's just me, an iPhone and a camera stand at the moment, but once we get going and I start working on my game with a guy, as I say, Andy Pieper at Lavender, we're going to start filming my lessons. So again, I can use that on the YouTube channel as a video library, as a resource tool, so that when I'm having these lessons, if something changes in between time, I can go back and say, well, you know, we did this and it worked, and if I film it and it doesn't look the same, I can go back and see what looks different and change it. It may also show you some stuff that may or may not help your game. There's going to be some practice on here. I'm sorry about that, but you are going to see a 50-year-old bloke hitting some golf balls inconsistently from time to time. That's just the way it is. You won't see hundreds of balls. You won't see hours and hours of video footage, because I know that that's not going to keep you entertained, and you can go down the range and do that for yourself. I understand that. Totally get that. Again, it's a resource tool more for me than for anybody else. But again, if there's anything in there that helps your game, so much the better. And if you see anything in there that you think, oh, he's doing that wrong, he's doing that right, then please feel free to click on this comments box at the bottom and let me know what you think. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel anyway. There's going to be some video logs as well. Now again, I know this is a well-trodden path and there's hundreds of people doing that, but I'm really lucky in 2017. I'm going to be playing some fantastic golf courses, a couple of which are really difficult to get on. There's a place called Swinley Forest in Ascot and the New Zealand Golf Club at Chobham in Surrey. Now, as I say, these are really difficult to normally get on and play, and I'm lucky enough that there's going to be 36 holes on both. So I'm going to take the camera along. I'm going to show some footage of the course itself, because it's going to be right in the summer, so it should be looking absolutely superb. And also I'm going to film some of my shots and some of my playing partners on the day, and just make a little montage of what the whole day is about. On top of that, I'm going to be playing a course called Sunningdale, which is world famous. It's got two courses, the new and the old, and I'm going to be playing both on the same day. So again, I'll be taking the camera along for the journey. And finally, there's a thing called the Help for Heroes Charity Day, which is part of the Golf Monthly Forum. This has been going for 7 or 8 years now, and is always played on a fantastic golf course, normally in the Surrey or Hampshire area. It's a brilliant day. There's loads of people travel from all over the country to play in it, and it normally raises thousands and thousands of pounds on the day and beyond for the Help for Heroes charity. This year it's at a place called Hankley Common in Surrey, and so we're going to go down there in September, and again I'll take the camera along and film myself and playing partners, and I'll probably take some footage of the meal afterwards. There's always a charity auction after the meal, and that's always fantastic. There's some brilliant prizes on offer. The auctioneer that we have every year is superb. He does a great job of actually getting people parked with their money, and it's all in all, it's a fantastic day. So hopefully when I take the camera out, it will capture some of that for you, and you'll get a feel. Finally, I'm going to do some course work on, or some course logs at Royal Ascot. It's where I've been a member for ages. I absolutely love the place. It's only 10 or 11 years old, the course now, but it's maturing year on year, and we've got some fantastic green staff now who are really putting in a lot of effort and a lot of hard hours, and it's looking a picture. It was brilliant last year. It's going to get better this year. The greens themselves improving year on year, and all in all, it's a great place to play. The members that I play with are fantastic. They just make the place such a fun place to be, and hopefully I'm going to take the camera out on some of the weekend roll-ups and show some of the course. It's not an easy course, certainly for a handicap golfer. There's some holes I like. There's one or two that absolutely kill me every time I play it, and I'm hoping I'm just going to capture some of the essence of what Royal Ascot's all about, some of the members, and how the weekend roll-ups work, and how much good fun they are, the banter, that sort of stuff. So that's the plan for the video logs. There's also going to be some equipment reviews. Now, if you've seen my blog at all, you'll know that I do these from time to time. They're not always mainstream products. A lot of them are training aids. So feel free to have a look on the blog, and you'll get a feel for what I'm talking about. But this year I'm going to do more club work, more reviews of clubs. Now again, it's a well-trodden path. There's hundreds of people out there doing it, but most of those are professionals. So when they say, oh, this club is fantastic and I'm hitting it X number of yards and my spin rate is this and I'm doing this, that and the other with it, and it feels like that, yeah, it's fantastic, but how relevant is it to you and I as handicap golfers? What I want to do is get my hands on a few clubs, hopefully with some launch monitor data as well, and give you an honest feedback as a mid-handicap golfer on what I think the clubs do, where I think they're aimed at, how they perform for me compared to what I've got now, which are my Ping I-25 irons and some Ping woods, and just basically give a an honest, unbiased opinion on the clubs themselves. So as I say, this is going to be about the quest for single figures. It's 14 at the moment and I've got to get down to 9. Now that's 5 shots in the year. I'm realistic enough to know that's a massive ask. No matter how much I put in work-wise, in practice and with lessons, it's a big ask. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it into 2 sections. I'm starting to have lessons again over the winter, going towards March time when we got our first major competition of the year at Royal Ascot over the Easter break. So I'm going to have some lessons between now and then with Andy Pieper at Lavender, and we're going to try and get my handicap down from 14 to 12, which is where it was last year. So that's the starting point. And to do that, I've set myself 3 sets of goals. Excuse me. I've got some general goals that I want for playing at Royal Ascot. I've got a lot of goals I want to set myself for practice regimes, drills I want to do, statistics I want to take, so that I can look back and see how I did a month ago or 6 weeks ago and compare that number with the practice I've just done and make sure that I'm getting better and better and I'm working on the right things. And finally, there's going to be some goals for competitive play. I feel that if I can get these goals nailed down and I can achieve some of those, then the good scores will come about. And if the good scores are coming about, then obviously the handicap cuts will take care of themselves. So I'll put these goals up for you on the video so that you can see them for yourselves. I won't bore you going into too much detail with them now. And that, in essence, is me. As I say, apologies for the fact that it's a low budget opening video and it's just me waffling on. Once we get going and we get the filming going and the course logs and the practice and the lessons, then hopefully it'll be a lot more entertaining. If you like what you see, then please feel free to click the subscribe button at the bottom, or I'll put my social media accounts up, and if you want to follow me on those, then please feel free to do so. Don't forget to check back on the blog as well, because I'll be doing regular updates on that, as well as the footage that's coming on here. They'll be running side by side, and we can kind of really see where we go from there. Other than that, I really hope you enjoy everything, and I hope that your 2017 season even goes as well as you want it to. And I'll see you for the next video in a short time. Thanks very much for watching.